Welcome back to In The Slant. Today we got a full crew for today's podcast as we're literally a week away from the NFL draft. Next Thursday is the big day. How we feeling, boys, about the draft coming up?
Excited.
Same here.
Today, before we get straight into the draft talk, because next week we'll probably maybe do a mock draft, even though none of us watch college football whatsoever, we are going to actually rank each division before we go into the draft. So it's going to be kind of like a pre-draft power rankings, but through the divisions. That way we're not all confused going 1 to 32. I think just doing it in divisions is a little bit better because obviously that's your main opponent once you get into the season. So not much else to talk about. The one thing we did get note today that Allen Robinson traded to the Steelers. So that is something, I guess. Allen Robinson has not really been all that great as of late, but maybe in Pittsburgh, Kenny Pickett can get the most out of him. So we shall see about that. That's the only significant. And then Buda Baker requested a trade as well. But other than that, we're going to go ahead and start with
the Cardinals did deny.
Yeah, which makes sense. And he wants to be the highest paid safety, so we'll see what happens.
And Isaiah Simmons posted a collage of pictures of them together because obviously he doesn't want him to leave. So
there you go. Arizona, you got to keep your talent. You don't have much left. But just kidding. AFC East time. We're going to rank the AFC East. Man. So we're going to go 4-1. I think that's the best way to do this. So whoever wants to get started at pick or at 4, who's going to be the fourth? Who's right now? We're not really ranking who we think where this is going to finish because obviously the draft can change a lot of things. This is more of like a power ranking based off last season and free agency.
So I got a question. Are we counting Aaron Rodgers or the Jets right now?
No, if they're not on the team currently, then we can't count it.
Okay, well then Jets are last, and it should be for everybody.
I agree. I totally agree with that.
If
Aaron Rodgers on the
Jets,
Jets, changes everything. I totally agree with
Jared,
what you
do you
just
agree
said.
with that?
I got the Patriots at 4.
Me too. I got the Patriots at 4 as well.
Even without Aaron Rodgers, you guys think the Patriots would the Jets would be better than the Patriots?
I think the Jets have more depth, more weapons, and are younger as well. So
there's
I think
no
they got
way
a better
that Jets,
shot.
Yeah, there's no way that Jets team is bad.
Didn't the Patriots mop the Jets twice though?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, but the Patriots don't even sound like
it was like one of the lowest scoring games I've.
Listen, the Jets defense has never been the argument. Their defense has been good for and underrated for a while. It's just their offense you got to worry about. Yeah, we know they got weapons, but they don't got a quarterback. And without Aaron Rodgers, no way I'm putting them above the Patriots, where they at least got Mac Jones, who's decent, and then Bailey Zappi, who they'd like too. So
Patriots don't even sound like they're comfortable in their starting quarterback.
They ain't.
Exactly.
But neither are the Jets.
He's not confident in Mac Jones. I feel like he likes Bailey Zappi a lot.
So those two were interchangeable for us, obviously. Yeah. I feel like we should all agree on 2-1 though. Dolphins, Bills, right? I mean, I think we got to go with, unless you got Dolphins 1, which you can make an argument for that if you want.
No, that's hard.
Huh?
I said that's hard.
You got Dolphins 1?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying
I got Bills at 1 for sure. I think if Tua's healthy the whole season, he has a good shot of winning the division. But we will see. Only time can tell.
Are we counting franchise tag as, even though they haven't signed it, as them being on the team, right?
Yeah, I mean, might as well, because eventually they're gonna have to play on it, or they set out a whole season like late.
Speaking on who, Dustin?
Well, I mean, Lamar Jackson.
No, I'm saying. Oh, you're just asking overall.
Like, yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about someone specific.
Well, that would make something. Well, I mean, obviously, I could bring up Josh Jacobs with the Raiders when we got there, but I mean, that's obviously not a big deciding factor.
You guys don't put Dolphins at first after they just got chosen Anderson?
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness. No.
Back, man.
AFC East, pretty good division. Once Aaron Rodgers is inevitably there, we think, then obviously the division is going to be crazy, and the Jets would probably leapfrog the Patriots for me. But
honestly, I think they could leapfrog the Dolphins for me just because of their young roster.
That is true. But
we'll see.
I know it's hard just because the Miami's offense, dude. The 2 receivers they have is just insane.
Yeah, but we haven't even seen the Jets offense really roll yet. They got Breece Hall. They're gonna have hopefully all the receivers healthy. Aaron Rodgers, if he's there, stays healthy. I mean, I don't know. We're gonna see a whole different Jets team.
What's the left tackle's name that got hurt last year?
Mekhi Becton.
Yeah, he'll be back too.
And he's lost a lot of weight too.
Yeah,
he should be healthier. AFC West time, a little bit tougher division.
Wait,
I thought it was AFC North.
Whichever one, doesn't matter. Whichever one you guys want to do next, it doesn't matter.
What do you guys want to do?
AFC West.
That's fine.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll start since this is my division. Raiders last, Broncos third, Chargers, Chiefs. I feel like the Chargers could take the #1 spot, but I feel like I always disrespect the Chiefs and then they always shut me up. So I'm putting them on their throne, and then hopefully I'll jinx them.
I had the Broncos 4, the Raiders 3. That's how I had it. I don't know how you guys had it. What'd you have?
I can agree with that. Broncos 4, Raiders 3.
And then Chargers second, Chiefs number 1.
Chiefs are always going to be number 1.
I agree as well with
Tell Mahomes
2.
is gone.
I do not think Russell Wilson is going to have this breakout year. That's just me though.
I mean, yeah, they gotta hope it happens, man, because they've invested even more into Russell Wilson by going out and getting Sean Payton and stuff like that, and then beefing up the offensive line. So I'm intrigued by this AFC West division this year because last year was overall very, very disappointing. We thought this was going to be one of the best divisions in football. Obviously, the schedule might have been a little bit tougher than others, but still was a little disappointing with the Raiders' record and the Broncos' record. So we shall see what we get from them this year. But Chiefs overall got to be the number 1 in the division. And, of course, they did lose like Juju in free agency, but maybe they get DeAndre Hopkins inevitably or whatever it may be. So
who's that wide receiver that they got that didn't play last year?
Justin Ross. I know exactly
Patrick Mahomes was talking highly of him.
Justin Ross was the truth before he
Clemson wide receiver, right?
I don't know if he had cancer. He had some rare like disease. I can't remember what it was, and his draft stock fell so much. But before all that happened, he was like talked about like he's the best receiver in the country. Go run the tape, run the stat line. Ooh. He is raw. He is raw.
Yeah, we shall see if he can, blossom in Kansas City. Of course, they still got like Christian Watson as well, or not Christian Watson, Justin Watson.
Because am I
or
wrong?
Sky Moore? Sorry, I'm thinking of Sky Moore, not Justin Watson.
Because Justin Ross was the guy that was like projected like he could have been a receiver that went in the first round, but he didn't, did he? Or was he late first?
I think he went undrafted actually.
Really?
I believe so.
I swear I heard. Maybe I'm thinking of somebody else with a different name that I thought was like a higher receiver that.
I could be totally wrong, though.
All I know is Mahomes.
No, I could be. I'm probably wrong because I've never really heard of the dude.
Mahomes was talking greatly of him. So.
Yeah, I saw that too. You guys want to move on to the next division? Got anything else to say? Yep. All right. AFC South.
This one's kind of tough for me.
Yeah.
A little bit.
I can kind of understand how tough it could be.
Yeah, we have two teams with no quarterback, and then we got 2 teams with a quarterback. So I'm pitting Jags at number 1, Titans at number 2, and I'm just gonna pick Colts at number 3 because I feel like the overall roster is a little bit better than Texans at 4. I had to do it opposite way because it was easier for me that way.
Yeah. I got Colts last, Texans 3rd, depending on which quarterback they get.
There's been rumors that they're not even gonna draft a quarterback.
Yep. Titans 2nd, Jaguars 1st.
I also had Colts last. The Titans I had as 3rd. I had the Texans at number 2 because I like what they've done this offseason. Might be bugging a little bit, but then I got the Jaguars at 1. Reason being is because the Titans have lost quite a few veterans, and we don't really know what they're going to be doing. And then the Colts obviously just need a quarterback. And then Texans, like I said, I just like what they've done in this free agency. So
but also, you guys got to remember, any of you Titan fans out there, Brady is the biggest Titans hater. I mean, I don't blame him for why he's mad at y'all, but ever since you guys lost A.J. Brown, Brady no longer a fan of y'all.
Yeah, I can't be.
I have the Jags at number 1, and then Titans 2nd, Colts last, and then Texans at 3rd.
Okay. AFC South, Jaguars are going to be obviously the top, we assume, just because based off last year and the run they went on.
And they get Calvin Ridley this year, too.
Yeah, Jags about to be nasty.
And Trevor Lawrence seems like he's starting to piece it together, honestly. So
yeah.
People were calling him a bust.
Yeah,
that was crazy. I was like, it's just like, what is it, his first, second year in the league? They're just like, he's a bust.
And the worst circumstances as well with the head coach.
That's one thing I never understood is why people call rookies bust. They're like, it's their first year in the NFL.
People love to overreact.
Yeah, and like literally, then you like see quarterbacks like then you see a quarterback like Anthony Richardson. They're like, oh, he needs time. He needs time to develop. But all these other quarterbacks are like, you need to be a fucking stud off rip. So that's just how
you're gonna have fans that are willing to be patient with guys, and then you're gonna have fans that are willing to be like, we need this right now, and blah blah blah, and then. Once you trade the guy and then he starts going off, that same fan will be like, why did we trade him? It's just that's just kind of how it is, man. That's just how fans are. They're short-sighted. Recency bias is a crazy thing as well on top of that.
Dude, especially as me as a Raiders fan, dude, dealing with Derek Carr for 9 years, dude, the whole fan base, dude, it was like 50-50. So everyone was just arguing over Derek Carr every year. I'm like, dude, this is getting old. Like every year, that's what it was about.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure we all fall a little, victim to recency bias and stuff like that. So it's just a common thing in my mind. AFC North time, another really tough division, but I mean, I don't think it was too tough to rank this one. Well, maybe last year would have been a little bit tougher, but this year for me,
I'm not going to be biased here. All right, so I do have the Ravens at 1. No, I'm playing. I got Bengals at 1. I got Baltimore at 2.
Okay.
Cleveland at 3. Steelers at 4.
All right. What about you, Dustin?
My list is exactly the same as Jared's, but I'm switching.
Baltimore, Cincinnati.
No, I'm switching Steelers. I think Steelers are better than the Browns. So
No, watch. Watson didn't play a full season. Watch him come back and just go insane.
Yeah, there's something about the Steelers defense I just like a lot, dude. I don't know.
Who did they pick up this offseason? The Browns wide receiver. What was his name? I want to say
Elijah Moore.
Okay. Yeah, that's who it was. I like that
Jets.
addition.
Yeah, I like it too. I like him a
Amari
lot too.
Cooper.
For me, I had the Bengals, Browns, Steelers, and Ravens last. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Go ahead and just walk off.
No, I got the Bengals, Ravens, Steelers, and then the Browns. So take that, Kenny Pickett fans. I was pissed off so badly.
I know all these guys. I know all these guys here would have put Ravens first if we had extended Lamar already. But
maybe that's why I'm pitting the Steelers above the Browns. Is I'm just so scared of these Steeler fans get on our neck again. That I'm just,
we got torched.
They always have a solid team on offense.
We got torched.
Oh,
what you got, Alex?
This is gonna be. We might have some angry people in the comments, but honestly, I got the Ravens winning the division. Right. They almost beat the Bengals without Lamar last year in the playoffs. I mean, right there, it's like they're like right over this little hump where it's like if they get a couple more pieces and Lamar stays healthy, I really do think they can win division. Bengals second, Browns third, Steelers last. I can be interchangeable with the Ravens and Bengals because Bengals did go on the run, the AFC Championship. I think there's a good chance they can do it again. There's a good chance Joe Burrow could win a Super Bowl in the future, but I do have the Ravens winning the AFC North.
And this is a crazy prediction, but with this division as well, if Lamar Jackson can stay healthy, Kenny Pickett can turn up, and Deshaun Watson can get back to where he was, this could be a very scary division to look out for this year. Yeah. If Kenny Pickett and Deshaun Watson, if Kenny Pickett can actually turn up, and then Deshaun Watson go back to what he used to do.
This is honestly in my opinion, is the hardest division for me to rank.
The AFC North?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, especially if the Bengals got off to a slow start like they did last year.
Correct.
Because they got off this. Yeah, they started off really slow.
Really
slow. It was insane.
Like that first game, Joe Burrow had
it's because that O line though.
3 interceptions. The Steelers. And
that O line was murdering him at the beginning of the season last year.
We shall see.
Yeah.
That's the AFC rankings that we have though, and now we're on to the NFC. We can start with the NFC least. Not anymore because we were freaking good last year, or at least 3 of the 4 teams were.
But people are gonna be like, "Oh, strength schedule."
Yeah,
very hard to win
this
NFL.
This year, our teams will all probably just be trash, and the number 1 seed in the division will be 7-10 or whatever.
Oh man,
you always have the division though.
Go ahead, Brady, take the reins on.
Oh,
this.
you already know. I got commies 1. Sam Howell's the freaking truth. I don't care who's in his way. Eagles, Cowboys does not matter. Commanders coming out and winning this division. We got a new owner now. Everything is just immaculate right now. So. In all seriousness, I got Commanders 4. I mean, with the mysterious mystery at the quarterback position with Sam Howell, he looked good in Week 18. We already kind of talked about this. Obviously, it remains to be seen. He could change everything if he's like really good right away. He's going to be making like $1 million this year. So like, if he ends up being a steal that we got him in the 5th round and he's really damn good and he's him, I'm going to be just super ecstatic because obviously Washington has needed a quarterback since basically Kirk Cousins. So. Commanders 4 though. I got the Giants 3, Cowboys 2, Eagles 1. So it's pretty much the same as last year almost, but obviously the Giants still made the playoffs as well, not just being the 3rd seed. Almost all 4 teams in this division made the playoffs though. So that's my ranking.
Here we go.
Go ahead. Yeah.
So I got Commanders at 4. I do want to put them at 3, but I got to give respect to the Giants. They made the playoffs last year, and they've done their thing this offseason, I think. So I got Commanders 4, Giants 3. Eagles 2nd, Cowboys 1.
All right, I guess I'll just do mine real quick because mine's kind of a little bit of a loop. I'm pitting Commanders 4. That's still the same. This is going to be where people might get iffy. I'm pitting Eagles at 3 just because I feel like they lost so much that people don't want to talk about. And then I'm pitting Giants at 2, Cowboys at 1.
Man.
Ooh. Eagles 3. Even though they extended Jalen Hurts, you're going to do that to him?
Brady, I've been a Jalen Hurts fan, you know I am, but I feel like they lost so much on defense. Like their defense is definitely not going to be the same as it was last year.
Yeah, they did lose a lot on defense. I can understand your argument there.
All right, well, gosh, as much as I want to put the Giants at 1, I cannot do that right now. So I'm going to go ahead and go the most critical way, rational way, same as Brady. Eagles 1, Cowboys 2, Giants 3, Commanders 4. I mean, that's the best way I can look at it. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if the Cowboys did win the division, as much as I hate to say it. They still got a good team. Tony Pollard's going to be getting the ball. Honestly, he might get 10 to 15 more carries this year just because Ezekiel Elliott's gone. He's a playmaker. They got good receivers. I mean, Dak does throw a lot of picks here and there, but he's still going to get the job done, and their defense is still looking stacked. So it's kind of scary to think about. So yeah, that's my ranking.
They did acquire Brandon Cooks too, right?
Cowboys. Yep.
So
Brandon Cooks and
beautiful.
Gilmore.
got to pay respect where it's
I
due.
forgot about Gilmore.
And
yeah.
one thing we have to note is
Yeah.
in the NFC East, it's destiny for a different team to win a division every year because there hasn't been a repeat winner in like so many years. So like, Eagles are probably not going to win a division unless they break the curse, I guess. But yeah, that's our rankings for the NFC East. We want to move on to NFC North.
Yep.
Who wants to go first?
I want to go first because I got another little hot topic for the
I already
world
know
today.
I already know what yours is going to be.
You do?
I'm
Yeah.
ready.
I think me and Jared are right on the same page.
I'm
so
gonna
I
be on the
got
same page,
I
too.
got Green Bay last.
Me too.
Because
What?
if Aaron, okay.
We gotta remember. We got Aaron Rodgers still on this roster though.
He ain't gonna be
I don't
there.
care. He
Honestly,
yeah.
okay. Even if he's there,
He's got one foot out the door though.
I got Green Bay last. This might piss a
We're
lot
like
of
half the
people
body
off.
out the door.
I got Chicago at 3 still. I don't think they're gonna be as bad as last year, but they're at 3. I got Vikings at 2, and I
Yep.
got the Lions winning the NFC North next year.
If you know anything about me, Brady, and Jared, we are fucking Lions riders, and the Lions is easily number
I
one.
got the Lions at number 1, baby.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm going.
I'm all in on
I'm
them.
going Lions 1. I'm going, dude. For some reason,
You want to say Chicago, huh?
yeah,
I feel you.
I
I
do.
feel you,
Just because of how
trust
much
me.
money they have.
Yeah.
Fuck it, I'm forcing it. Bears 2.
I love it.
Bears 2. Vikings 3. Packers 4.
You know what? Mine's identical to Dustin. I can't like he mentioned the money part. I can't be mad. They went and did a lot of spending this
Yeah,
offseason.
dude.
Bears
I had
at
to.
number 2.
It's hard for me not to put the Bears at
Mine's
2.
different. I got the Bears at 4. I'm just gonna.
Ooh.
I got
Alright.
them at 4.
All right.
I have I have the Packers at 3. Just because Aaron Rodgers is still there, I guess. And I have the Vikings 2, Lions 1.
All right.
So I think with
man.
the Lions have had a decent offseason. They got all the weapons in the world, and this draft should be a heavily defensive draft for them. And if they can draft correctly, they got that 6th overall pick. They got another pick in the first round. I think they have 2 seconds. So like this could be a really good draft for the Detroit Lions. And who knows, maybe they trade down. So I assume the Lions are going to keep adding on defense. They already got Monroe St. Brown. They got I was about to say TJ Hawkinson. They traded him away. They got Swift. They got Montgomery now. So they got plenty of weapons on offense. And it's only a matter of time before they can just add on defense to that draft. So I feel like the Lions are going to they have all the momentum in the world and all the expectations in the world to go win this division. So I think we're all on the same page there with the Lions at 1.
Dustin, I like that number 2 Bears. I like it.
Hey,
Yes, sure.
man.
I hope the Bears turn it around. I'm not praying on their downfall, but
I just do-
Justin Fields is not good according to YouTube. YouTube comments, he ain't
Listen-
nothing.
Let me start with this NFC South real quick, okay?
go ahead.
Saints are easily number 1. They're the only team with a quarterback right now. It's not even a question. If you guys pick anybody else but Derek Carr right now, you guys are tripping. And then so I probably got
Enough.
I got Saints, Panthers, Falcons, Bucks, literally.
The disrespect to Baker Mayfield is insane right now.
Dude, I do not give a fuck. He's so
The
inconsistent.
Bucks signed Baker Mayfield,
I
and you
don't
were
care.
just like rubbing it off like it doesn't mean anything.
It doesn't.
It doesn't. I know. I'm not riding that train with you, Baker. I'm sorry. I thought maybe when you went to Carolina you could change it up, but I've lost faith. So for me, I have the Panthers 4, the Falcons 3, because the Panthers are 4 for me because it's trading DJ Moore away, and obviously they signed Adam Thielen. That's cool and all. They're gonna draft their quarterback. This is before the draft, so just keep that in mind. Falcons number 3. I like what they've done this offseason, adding Jeff Okudah and Jesse Bates. So I like those additions. I do have the Bucks number 2, just because the quarterback position is a very heavy question mark right now with Baker and Kyle Trask. And then obviously, just like Dustin said, the Saints do have the only, starting level quarterback, I guess you can make an argument for, and Derek Carr. Will he be good with the Saints? Obviously, that remains to be seen. I assume he will be. They'll have Michael Thomas back, Chris Olave.
And the Saints usually have a good
AK.
defense, so Derek Carr will actually hopefully have a defense for once in his career, and we'll see how that goes. But I guess, okay, I forget that we're doing this pre-draft, so I don't think I can have the Panthers at 2. I feel like it would have to, for me, it'd have to go Saints, Falcons, Panthers, Bucks. My bad. I have to switch them around, the Falcons and Panthers.
Because, obviously, as we know, teams can have like a crazy good draft, just like the
Mhm.
Jets did last year with Sauce Gardner. And then, so like, we're going to be doing this again after the draft, maybe a couple weeks after the draft. That way, once free agents are all done, even though it's already kind of done, trades are all done. We're going to do this again. That's why we're just doing this before draft, so just keep that in mind. Hopefully, Aaron Rodgers is not on the Jets or on the Packers anymore. We can, change that up a little bit. Did you say yours?
Mm-mm.
Go ahead.
Alex.
I'll go. Carolina last. Honestly, Bucks at 3, Falcons at 2, and Saints at 1. That's me. I'm riding with it. I like Carolina. They're kind of heating up towards the end of the year, but I still don't have.
No, I
faith
just
right
draft Carolina is definitely higher.
That's what I was just about to say.
Yeah.
Like we're doing obviously before draft.
That's why I had him at number 2, but then
Yeah.
I forgot we're doing pre-draft, so I was like, I gotta bump him down.
So now that you mentioned that, I mean, mine's damn near identical to Dustin's. Saints 1. I have Falcons 2. You had Falcons 2, right, Dustin?
I changed it, but I did have Panthers too. But I just
Yeah.
switched it
Well,
around.
obviously, before draft, and then Panthers 3, Bucks last. Obviously, when the Panthers draft a quarterback, which we assume they're going to do. Obviously,
I think they're number 2.
yeah.
There's no assuming. They're definitely going to do. If
They-
they traded up to 1
It
not to
was
draft a
just
quarterback.
crazy to hear that Texans are saying that they're probably not. Or
Hey, that's
they could
fine.
not,
the
but-
Raiders will take Cardinals number 3 spot and draft CJ Stroud.
I think
it'd be a huge dub.
the argument for the Texans not drafting a quarterback at 2 is just waiting on next year's draft class. Kind of like the question I asked you guys like a couple weeks ago. Like,
Mhm.
would you just like pass on the quarterbacks in this draft? And the Texans could trade down, I guess, if they wanted to. If they really weren't keen on drafting a quarterback this in this draft, they're just looking to tank again, I guess, because that's what you'd be doing in my mind, unless you just really believe in Davis Mills again, which I doubt it, or whatever else.
And for some reason, I've been hearing like a lot of stuff lately about how people ain't as high on CJ Stroud anymore. So like everyone's just so keened in that Bryce Young's going number 1. Then after that, every other quarterback's like multiple steps below. And that's what I've been hearing. That even CJ Stroud has been dropping on people's lists for some reason after all of his meetups and meetings and all that. So
all right. NFC West.
Now this, real quick, let me point out,
It's a
Brock
weak
Purdy
division.
did say that he might not be able to play next season. Did you guys see that?
Yeah, I did see that.
So that could change up a lot.
Had
here.
the whole schling on and everything. So
I'll go on Seahawks 1, Niners 2.
crazy.
Wow.
I'm going. I guess I have to go Rams Cardinals because of Kyler.
why on earth
Whoa.
are the Seahawks over the Niners?
Yeah, that's
Because
crazy.
if it's not Brock Purdy, like you guys are talking about, I don't trust Trey Lance is better than Geno Smith. So
I don't know. I feel like that team is just too good not to be at number 1.
Dustin, we already told you Sam Darnold's going to look like a number 1 quarterback in
Dude,
that system.
Brady, shut the hell up.
He's rebranding himself. Okay, I got Rams last, honestly. Cardinals 3, Seahawks 2. Niners 1. I'm pretty sure Brady and Jared might agree with that. Maybe one of those might be interchangeable with the Rams and Cardinals. Not so sure, but
I also have the Rams last. I don't know if you said that.
Yeah,
Cardinals
yeah.
3.
Yep.
Seahawks 2.
Oh, what could be next?
49ers 1.
Wow. Shell shocker.
Pretty easy rankings.
All right, I got Cardinals last, Rams 3, Seahawks 2, 49ers first.
Yeah, I don't know how you guys don't have the Cardinals last,
Yeah.
especially with the whole Kyler
Yeah,
thing up in there.
that team is
Bro, both Cardinals and Rams are like the worst spots ever. Both of them are.
Well, the Rams still got a quarterback right now.
The Cardinals are just literally going to tank.
Do they still have a quarterback? Stafford?
More than what Cardinals do.
I mean, Stafford was terrible last year, though.
Stafford has experience and is not coming off a bench.
What do you mean? Wait, what?
Because who the hell is going to be – who's playing for Cardinals? You know what I mean?
But I would still much rather be in the Cardinals position than the Rams position right now.
Oh,
Stafford won a Super Bowl,
overall,
man.
yeah, overall, yeah, because the Rams have no picks. But
But
I'm
also-
saying, basing it off this year, if Kyler's playing, then yeah, Cardinals over Rams any day. But
And they got Cup coming back, too.
Yeah, I mean, that's the one thing you're hanging your hat on is literally Cooper Kupp on the Rams.
Yeah.
They got
He's
rid of
one
their
of the best receivers in the NFL.
Well, yeah, but
well, I don't know. I hear the Rams fan I know, he acts like Cam Akers is the next truth. So I don't know.
Who knows?
man, Cam Akers did start going off at the end of last year, but like I'm serious though. Like the Rams, the position that the Rams are in is absolutely terrible. Like we know they got the Super Bowl, but Stafford did not look good at all last year. And the Cardinals, not much better. I will admit that. Kyler Murray being hurt, obviously, we don't even know what's going to happen when he'll return. And just the kind of what we saw last year. And then they might have to trade Hopkins. So, like, and then Budda Baker requested trade. So, like, both these teams, in my mind, are in, like, just terrible spots right now. That's just how I feel. But at least the
Yeah.
Cardinals have their first-round pick at 3. The Rams don't even have their own pick in this
Well,
draft.
the Rams have
The Cardinals are
Stafford.
trading that down though. I
mean,
guarantee the Cardinals trade down.
That's
the Rams
fine.
have Stafford. All right.
I would
Yeah.
much rather have an injured Kyler Murray right now than Stafford. I'm just saying right now.
Oh,
An
100%.
injured Kyler Murray
I
isn't throwing the ball, so.
I still would rather have an injured Kyler Murray than Stafford out there. Just based off what we saw last year.
So
Stafford,
you'd rather have a one-leg Kyler Murray out there?
Yes, I
He'll be
would.
back. He'll be back.
I would just because of the fact how much younger Kyler Murray is. compared to Stafford, and Stafford was just turnover prone.
Well, Stafford
the
had a little
last
hunch.
couple of years.
And he was
Stafford had a little hunch.
And on top of that,
Hey,
Hold on
Stafford
here,
was-
listen. Now that Allen Robinson's gone, then since your point you just made there, he has Cup, so now I ain't got to
Well,
worry
now
about
he-
who he's throwing to.
yeah, now he
Stafford had a little.
Now you can just throw it to Cooper Cup all
Listen,
day.
Stafford had a hunch. He
No
won
one
his-
can cancel him for throwing it to just Cooper Cup.
Guys,
over
check
Robinson.
this out.
Cooper Cup was kind of going off before he got hurt, though.
Well, yeah, because
That- that's
Argued,
the-
but still,
that's
he was
what we're
going
gonna
off.
say.
But
That's not even a question. What?
No, I'm playing. But listen. Stafford had a little hunch. He got himself a Super Bowl. He was just relaxed this last season. He didn't really care. Okay, he's coming back. He's gonna win himself another Super Bowl.
Okay,
With the Rams.
this team,
How much?
this Rams team is not even.
the Gilberto. That's all I got to
This
ask
Rams
there.
team is not
He's gonna
tasting.
be happy about
is
this.
not
one, Dustin.
tasting the playoffs.
I agree.
They're not tasting
not.
the playoffs.
Dustin,
There's
they don't
no
trust
way.
Cup and
Teams are.
Stafford.
There's no
man.
way.
They're about to tear this shit up.
I'm going
We're
to.
literally arguing about a dumpster fire of two teams. Like we shouldn't even care about this. They're not gonna be in playoffs next year. Let's move on.
Because I want to talk about the teams. We've already done all the rankings. I'm talking about the teams that are in the worst position right now. Is there any other team? So
Rams.
let's just
Or-
Why did you just
let's
whisper
just-
Commanders?
let's just dog on a bunch of teams right now.
Yeah, we're about to have a bunch of
Tampa?
hate here, boys.
Tampa,
Baker Mayfield's about to go on a Super Bowl run. Nah, I'm
at
just
least
playing.
Tampa has a competent roster right now.
Yeah, their defense is still looking pretty good.
Yeah.
So
I can't even think of another team.
we'll see if Coach Bowles.
Colts.
I feel like Cardinals and
Colts.
Rams might be, and Broncos are a dumpster fire right now too.
Who?
I feel like the Broncos are.
I think they got to get it figured out. I don't think
At
they're
least
a
they
dumpster
have.
fire.
At least they know what they're doing. In my mind, like, yeah, obviously it may not be the best decision, but they have to do it. They have to now
They're
with
committed.
Russell Wilson. You got to commit because there's no getting rid of him until like in 2 years from now. So
I got one more thing.
go ahead.
Since we're doing a pre division ranking, let's do a very early Super Bowl prediction.
Very early Super Bowl prediction for in the AFC.
I got the Chiefs
Baltimore.
back to back.
Sorry.
I got the Jags.
You're fucking.
Oh, I was like, you serious?
No,
Can I-
he ain't
can I-
serious.
Can I do my sleeper pick? You ready?
Go ahead.
Chargers for AFC.
Chiefs.
I would be on that train with you, Dustin, but they kept their head coach, so
That's true. Freaking Brandon Staley always be. He's terrible at time management, bro. It's a joke.
For all seriousness, I mean, it's just too easy to say
Yeah.
Chiefs, Bengals, or Bills. So
Yeah.
that's
was-
like the three teams you're really looking at probably to make it out.
Shit.
What?
Nah, nothing. Just keep
I
going.
got Chiefs going back to back.
What about the NFC? Who's the favorite in the NFC right now in your mind?
Lions.
Lions.
No, as
All
much
in
as I
Super
hate
Bowl-
to say it, Dallas is my favorite right now.
Yeah, dude, their roster's just so young
Yeah,
that they
it's stacked
oh,
too.
dude,
It's
it's
they're
insane.
looking.
Well, you know what,
pretty
Jared?
good.
You know what Jared likes to say? The Browns will brown. I need to start saying that. The Cowboys will cowboy. I don't know what that means, but
Just
Feels
means
like-
they're not gonna go.
it feels like all the time the Cowboys just find a way to screw it up.
That's what I'm,
man.
yeah.
Every
exactly.
time. Like, I'll.
They can get anybody in the NFL, but still mess up.
Yeah, they'll literally be in the best position they can be in, and then there's something that's going wrong for the team, whether it's Dak just throwing interceptions or whatever, or they lose because of I don't even know. Like, it's just the Cowboys always just find a way to screw it up, or if Dez Bryant doesn't catch it, because that's a big controversial thing, obviously.
Yeah.
And I still think Aaron Rodgers would have scored the next drive, even if Dez did catch it. But that's obviously a debate that won't even matter because we can't
Yeah,
travel
it's
back in time. But still,
9 years ago.
yeah.
Just have them run it back.
Yeah, run it back. Put Dez and Tony Romo back in uniform and
Oh,
let them
God.
throw it again. Maybe
Dad still has some juice in him.
Tony Romo's
And
gonna
I
get
believe
hit,
that.
break his hip.
I can't pick the Cowboys to come out of the NFC. I can't do it. I will not be that guy to do it.
Just hurry up and say
But
the Panthers.
actually, it is kind of crazy to this NFC's. Now that we're really sitting down and looking at it, I feel like the NFC is just wide open right now.
Yeah.
With the way the Eagles lost, as many, like, I could see why you guys are picking Cowboys 100% because the roster on paper is like super good. But like I said, man, they just find a way to screw it up every time. I don't know. This NFC is wide open in my
Listen,
opinion.
if Brock Purdy was coming back 100% healthy next season, it'd be the 49ers.
But yeah, I guess I would
100%.
pick picking for San Fran if I could pick one.
Because the only reason they lost that game is because he couldn't, in my opinion, wasn't able to finish.
But listen, 49er fans, if I would have ranked them number one if Brock was playing, if Trey Lance somehow can get healthy, because I know he's been having injury issues too with still this offseason, but if Trey Lance can get healthy and ball out, then you guys could easily be number one, and you guys would be my favorite to go to the Super Bowl. But until I see what Trey Lance can do, if the status on Brock Purdy's worse than his, then I feel like it's all up to Trey Lance to show us what he can do. I mean, he has a stacked team around him to do it, but it's just if he can get it done, because obviously they didn't look very good when he was out there at the start.
Anything else you guys want to add before we go? Just a quick little episode today.
I did see a little. This is like about free agency. I did see Von Miller said that apparently DeAndre Hopkins wants to play for the Bills.
Yeah, there was a video about DeAndre Hopkins like signaling whether or not he wanted
Yeah.
where he'd want to go. And by the way, they said Patriots and Jets, and he did not seem all
Yeah.
ecstatic with that idea. I'm just saying, the
You're right.
Patriots fans out there that are like super convinced they're getting D-Hop, doesn't sound like he's all that interested.
Yeah,
And then-
getting D-Hop or Lamar. So
and then
move
Chiefs and Bills were mentioned, and obviously he was all aboard both of those ideas. So.
Chiefs and Bills would be crazy, especially the Bills. Him and Diggs.
Yeah, that'd be nasty.
on. Nah, the
Davis.
Chiefs would be nasty because he'd be the number one guaranteed. there.
Still Diggs plus Hopkins. That's
that's-
nasty.
But you think they can
tough.
pay both of them?
Probably not. They can make it work somehow. Maybe I don't know.
Unless the
Cap-
Cardinals just eat up a shit ton of his contract.
You know how salary cap is in
Yeah.
the NFL. It's so
It's fake.
manipulated. It's fake, as they say, when it's
Yeah.
really not. But I think that'll be it for us this week. Next week, it's gonna be the draft, man. I'm so excited. Can't wait. But for now, this is In The Slant. We're saying peace.